Imagine a world where invisible gases power everything from life-saving medical treatments to the steel that builds our cities. Now, picture that world's demand for these gases surging by over 5% annually for the next 6 years. That's the explosive trajectory of the industrial gases market, projected to balloon from $94.02 billion in 2024 to a staggering $126.53 billion by 2030. But here's where it gets controversial. Will this rapid growth be sustainable, or are we overlooking hidden risks in our hunger for industrial efficiency? Let's break down the forces driving this market and the debates they spark. Industrial gases, often overlooked in the background of modern life, are the unsung heroes of manufacturing, healthcare, and even your morning coffee. These gases, produced through advanced separation techniques, chemical reactions, or natural gas purification, are sold in compressed, liquefied, or cryogenic forms. Their unique properties make them indispensable in everything from semiconductor manufacturing to food preservation. Yet, as demand skyrockets, questions arise. Can we balance industrial progress with environmental responsibility? And what happens when supply chains for these critical materials face disruptions? The oxygen revolution, a breath of fresh growth. Oxygen is poised to dominate the market, capturing the fastest growth rate. Why? Its versatility is unmatched. In steel mills, oxygen fuels high-temperature reactions that purify molten metal. In hospitals, it's the lifeline for patients with respiratory conditions, a need amplified by aging populations and rising air pollution. The chemical industry relies on it for oxidation processes, while the pulp and paper sector uses it to bleach products sustainably. But here's the twist. As oxygen becomes a cornerstone of green technologies like oxy-fuel combustion, critics argue it's a double-edged sword, boosting efficiency while potentially masking carbon emissions. Is this a win for the planet or a clever accounting trick? Food beverage, preserving the future, one breath at a time. The food industry is another battleground for growth. Modified atmosphere packaging, MAP, which uses gases like nitrogen and carbon dioxide to extend shelf life, is revolutionizing how we store everything from fresh berries to frozen pizzas. With global cold chains expanding and consumers demanding fresher, longer-lasting products, demand for industrial gases here is skyrocketing. Yet, this progress isn't without controversy. Some experts warn that over-reliance on gas-based preservation could lead to unintended consequences, like nutrient loss or over-packaging waste. And as the world's population grows, can these solutions scale without compromising food safety? Asia-Pacific, the dragon's breath of economic growth. Asia-Pacific is set to outpace all regions, driven by China and India's manufacturing booms and Japan's tech-driven innovations. The region's hunger for industrial gases spans steel production, semiconductor fabrication, and renewable energy projects. But what's fueling this surge? A perfect storm of urbanization, middle-class expansion, and government incentives. However, environmentalists raise red flags. Can this growth coexist with climate goals? The region's push for hydrogen and carbon capture technologies hints at a green future, but skeptics argue these projects often prioritize profit over planetary health. Market leaders and the Game of Thrones. Who's calling the shots in this high-stakes arena? Industry giants like Air Liquide, Linde, and Air Products are locked in a fierce battle, deploying mergers, joint ventures, and product launches to outmaneuver rivals. Smaller players in India and Japan are also making waves, leveraging local expertise to challenge global titans. But here's the elephant in the room. Can these companies keep up with the pace of innovation, or will the market become a battleground of copycats? And what happens when geopolitical tensions disrupt gas exports? The road ahead, growth or gloom? As the industrial gases market hurdles toward 2030, one question lingers. Are we building a sustainable future or a fragile house of cards? Markets and Markets, the research firm behind this report, paints an optimistic picture, but the devil is in the details. Their analysis suggests that demand will outpace supply, but can the industry adapt quickly enough? And what about the ethical dilemmas? Should we prioritize economic growth over environmental stewardship? We love to hear your take in the comments. Is this market's boom a triumph of human ingenuity or a ticking time bomb waiting to explode?